what's not awesome? Hitler. Hitler was not awesome at all, but people thought he was awesome, and that's why he became the brutal dictator of Nicaragua. That's a TikTok sound that's going around right now. I swear he was not the brutal dictator of Nicaragua. He was the brutal dictator of Germany. If you can't tell based off of the fact that his name is Adolf.
He was Austrian.
He was Austrian.
He also didn't conform to his own beauty standard.
No, he was
a
like,
weird dude.
Yeah, he was strange. He was a weird guy. Weird guy. Okay. But people thought he was great because when he was rising in popularity in the time of the Great Depression, when people had no sorry for swearing. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm a liar. So is he.
Okay, market crash.
Market crash. Boom. No money, no jobs. And he was like, all right, he comes up and like he rolls up to Germany like, hey guys, I'm gonna get all you jobs. And I mean he kinda did.
Didn't he run for chancellor?
Chancellor.
And
Chancellor.
He wanted to reindustrialize,
bring
nice
military
roads going.
He wanted to do all sorts of great things, but he also wanted to get rid of all of the Jewish people because they had all of the money. And he blamed them for pretty much all of Germany's economic crises, when really it was the fault of the Treaty of Versailles, which was because of World War I, which was because of imperialism. I could go on and on and on and on about the length of things that are because of each other. And at the root of them all is Marie Antoinette's dresses.
Let's move on to Nazi movement.
Nazi movement! The word Nazi stems from the term for the political party Hitler ran under, called the Nationalsozialistische Arbeitsparty.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
You can't. Which essentially translates to National Socialist Workers' Party, he was a socialist who wanted people to have jobs. Honestly, not the worst thing he could have been. On paper, in practice, not a good person. Very bad person. All led to the Holocaust and World War II and his own super slide. Super slide.
Okay.
The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. I don't want any of you to get it.
Okay. Let's talk about how he fooled some people. He's a very charming person.
Winston Churchill, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The British Prime Minister or whatever at the time was like, oh yeah, this is a great guy.
Hitler was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Did not win. He was nominated.
But like it was a thought there.
A lot of people fooled.
Nobody actually knew about like what was going on in Germany until I can literally only think of the word in German, but I don't even know if I'm saying the right word in German. Resistance. That's the word I was looking for. Resistance. I was looking for the word resistance, as in resistance group. A resistance group called the White Rose sent out millions of pamphlets, and they were all in the air everywhere. Everyone had access to them about what was really happening to all these German citizens, and specifically Jewish people. But most of the members of the White Rose were killed by the Gestapo, or Gestapo Polizei. Yeah, it's pretty much the Nazi police. So nobody knew what was going on because he was charming. He fooled everyone. He was a great liar, really. I have to applaud him for that. He would have been a great actor, but sadly, he was crazy. On to World War II. The war started because everyone was like, Germany, you can't do that. Germany, you can't own the whole country. And he was like, guys, yes, I can.
He said, watch me. And they were like, okay, we don't want another world war. That one was the war to end all wars. We're not having another war. As Germany kept invading and
invading and like taking little bites out of other countries. And then they were like,
They got to Poland. And
they got to Poland.
And everyone was like, whoa!
Whoa, not Poland! Can't
Poland.
have Poland.
I'm Polish. Pierogies are delicious.
I am not
I would
Polish.
too. Just stop right there.
My family is
Oh.
Norwegian.
Yeah. Ooh, punchkis. Ooh,
Mm.
punchkis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I too would start a war for punchkis.
I would start a war for a lot of things. To be completely fair, I would. I probably would lose, but I would start the war. He lost, clearly. World War II. I know. I have a lot of books on stuff that happened in World War II. It's really interesting to me. Specifically with stuff like concentration camps. I've got one of them right there called The Librarian of Auschwitz, which was Auschwitz, as most people should know by now, one of the most well-known concentration camps. They killed thousands on thousands of Jewish people. Just totally brutal, horrible time period. Other parts of the war, everyone was fighting everyone, pretty much.
Yeah. A lot of prisoners were being taken. I've also read a lot of books on World War II. It's very interesting, lots of spy books, but also all the prisoners they were taking from neighboring countries as well all started, well, they were forced to make bombs and other weapons of destructions for the Germans.
Yeah.
Fun. A lot of basically slavery again. You can say forced labor, but
Forced
they were
labor, we
trapped
all
in
know it was
concentration
just
camps.
slavery. And they weren't like fed enough for anything.
Lots of death, disease.
Death and disease. 2 big D's. That rhymes. I'm Dr. Seuss over here. Give me a children's book.
On the Holocaust?
Not on the Holocaust, just
No.
in general. I would write a great children's book. Where are we? Once again, like World War One, the U.S. pretty much stayed out of it for a while. They're like,
Policy of isolationism.
Yep, big deal. Big deal was the like, no, we're staying away from you guys. You're not our problem. Until it became our problem. When did it become our problem?
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. The harbor they attacked
We went
in Hawaii.
on a trip to Hawaii.
We've actually been
see Pearl Harbor. We got to see the wrecks and all the memorials and stuff. It's a very big deal to America.
Yeah.
You have to be very silent. There's
It's a very quiet place. Not thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be very quiet. It was very hard.
Yeah, we got to play there.
We played,
National anthem.
It was cool.
It was very cool.
It was cool. It was a cool place, but it's sad that it has to like be a place. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that catapulted the U.S. into World War II.
Which led to the development of nuclear weapons and the complete decimation of 2 very large Japanese cities.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yep, and then started atomic warfare.
Atomic warfare, Cold War,
blow
yada,
up.
yada. But we're still talking about the World War II.
Yep.
And Hitler. What else are we forgetting? Because I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, Russia and Italy. So Russia and Italy were 2 other very large totalitarian dictatorship-based political government parties systems.
Hitler was inspired by fascism in Italy to create Nazism. And
yes.
All that stuff.
Yep. And so, but at the start of the war, Russia was on the side of the same Triple Entente they were in World War One with England and France and America. But towards the end of the war, it kind of got really iffy. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, Russia kind of pulled out of World War.
Pulled out and was like, yeah, no, screw you guys. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And had a little Bolshevik revolution.
And Stalin, lots of things.
A little makeover, you know.
Not a pretty one.
No, not a pretty makeover. But
Not
a communist makeover.
It's a makeover nonetheless.
Yep. Speaking of communist and democratic in Germany, it was kind of split right down the middle. Yep.
After the Second World War, it split into East and West Germany. East Germany was kind of like taken care of by Russia.
Very communist.
Very communist. Lots of people escaping. I actually watched a movie called Balloon, in which a family escaped from communistic East Germany in a hot air balloon.
Interesting.
into
I'll watch
West. It's
that.
really cool. I mean, I had to watch it in German, but I'm sure you could find it in English.
The West was democratic, and I actually read a book. Families were separated by the wall oftentimes because it kind of just went up. I read a book where someone was trying to tunnel underneath or through no man's land, basically, in
Yeah.
the middle, and trying to get there without getting caught. But yeah, it was a big deal. It separated a lot of people and families on both sides.
Oh, not a great time for anyone. But it did, I hate saying it, did pull the world out of the Great Depression.
It did. Well, it improved the economy. You could say
Improved the economy.
A war improved the economy. Yep, and it
'Cause wars
improved
always do.
women's place in the
Almost.
workplace in
It does.
America.
It did, specifically in America, even though you kind of see women, like, you see women going through in the factories with what's her name?
Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter, that's her name. Like, Rosie the Riveter, who wasn't actually a real person, if you didn't know. She was just propaganda, more and more propaganda, all sorts of propaganda all over the place, just like World War One. Rosie the Riveter is like, oh yeah, women are great. Women are building all of these things for us. But then it's kind of like, oh, our husbands are back home. We don't really need to work as much. But then it
went back up like, wait, we do want to work.
We do want to work. We want our own lives. After like the 1950s and 1960s. But fun fact, my great grandfather was a highly decorated World War II officer. He served in the intelligence division in Russia.
I have two great grandfathers that were there, but they were kind of on opposing sides there. I am German and Polish, so yeah, that one's good. Kind of on opposite sides there.
Yeah, and like I know both of my other great grandfathers. I have three. My dad's parents are divorced. Also served, but I think his is the coolest. I wrote a whole story about him in 4th grade and his life. He was cool. Right? Is that it?
I think so.
That's World War II. Later.